What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in the garage. We finally got a little bit of time to work on some of our toys. It's been a crazy summer. We've been doing side work every weekend. Corbin's been up north. Probably should have filmed that, but we just got lazy. So anyways, if you guys can remember, back last winter we picked up this sled. So this is mine. I didn't really film too much of it, but we never got this thing running. I did actually film a little bit of me pulling the engine out, so maybe I'll put that in. Okay, for sure this thing's coming out right now. Here she is. She's dirty. We'll clean this thing up. That exhaust manifold is nasty, so that's gonna need a good cleaning. Yeah, I showed you guys. I got the head off. That is not ideal, so that's gonna have to be replaced. I don't know what happened with the thermostat there, but I want to dig deeper into this thing yet. I'll have to pull the jugs, pull the exhaust off, pull the jugs off, get the. Anyways, I'm working on disassembling the engine finally. I actually just pulled the sled out of the shed. I figured it's probably time I should get going on this thing. It's October now, so anyways, I did find that the piston skirts are all scored up. This one's the worst. Hopefully you guys can see that. And the one cylinder, it's got a bunch of grooving in it, so and something went through this cylinder here. So I'm gonna have to get a new head. I'm stuck on pulling this flywheel off. I gotta get the right puller. I got one at work, but not here. Then I can pull the case apart. So I want to check all of the crank bearings, make sure those are all good. But for now, I am sick of looking at these stupid stickers because I want to make this thing. I don't want to dump too much money into it, but I want to make it nice and clean. So I'm gonna set you guys down. I'm gonna pull these ugly ass stickers off. This too, and those are ugly. They gotta go. And I'm just gonna start cleaning this thing up. What I want to do is obviously rebuild the engine. Hopefully I can get that board out, put some bigger pistons in it, slap that thing back on. We'll get a can on this thing. I'm gonna pull these trailing arms off. Typical rust on them, so I want to get those off, sandblasted, maybe either painted or powder coated. Not sure what color to go with because I do want to get the original decals to go on that. And had this jack seat on, or seat jack, sorry. That thing's got to go. So I got a couple things on order already. We're gonna clean this thing up, make it look good, and then hopefully this winter we can hit some trails. I mean, we're not ready for winter yet. Still got the bike out. So we just want to get a head start on this thing. So I'm going to set you guys down and we'll get into it. Much better. Got the old Milwaukee with the eraser wheel, made quick work of that. Just gonna hit it with some wax. I eventually am gonna, well, I'm gonna pressure wash the engine bay anyways because it's all dirty. Got coolant and stuff in there, but that looks much better. Now it doesn't look like it's got stupid stickers on it. So okay, we gave this thing a quick spray wax, and I even got a new emblem sticker on there. Pretty sure it's supposed to, the old ones actually said Ski-Doo, but I got a BRP one, so that sure looks clean. Looks pretty sweet. I kind of like it. I'm going to also take these vents out, and then I'll get some red paint and spray paint them, clean them up because they're a little bit faded. But next thing is I want to get this seat off and get the seat jack bracket out. So I'm going to take this off so I can get the seat. There's a bee. Shoot bee. Shoot bee. Okay. We're gonna get the seat off so we can get the seat jack bracket off, and hopefully it's not wrecked underneath there. That would suck. But yeah, I don't like that thing. It's ugly. So we're gonna get rid of it, and yeah, that'll be it.
Got to fix that.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't need those. Alright. Done. Got that seat jack bracket off. Much better. That thing was ugly anyways. I'll get this all cleaned up and maybe even give this tunnel a polish. I don't know what to think of this foam stuff. It's kind of glued down though, so that sucks, but it's kind of ugly. I might peel it off and probably just have to deal with the fact that there's goo underneath there, but anyways, I'm going to clean up the seat, clean up the tunnel, and then we'll put that back on. Probably going to actually it's got some rusty bolts here for the mud flap, or snow flap I guess you'd call it. This thing's going to come off, get repainted. I'm going to paint that black and change those bolts out, and yeah, so maybe I won't put the seat back on yet today. We'll just continue getting this thing cleaned up and go from there. Quick update here. We just went ahead and pulled that ugly foam off. I was done with it. I am going to take this trim off, just a couple rivets, and I'll get that repainted. I am going to polish the tunnel, and I was going to take this snow flap off, but these bolts can't get at the heads, and I don't want to go under there cutting near the heat exchanger. On that note, the heat exchanger is actually in pretty good shape, and it does have these protectors on it, so that's good. Track isn't looking too bad. It's got some picks in it, and I think probably missing one or two that are ripped out. That's common. All the idler wheels don't look too bad. Okay guys, I ran out of time. Last time I was working on this thing, got the decals off and that stuff cleaned up. What I want to do now is clean this engine bay once, because I got the seat off, and I want to polish the tunnel too. Clean all that stuff off. It's pretty dirty because I bought it from a guy and they had it sitting outside. So we're gonna get the old crappy muffler off. That thing ain't going back on anyways. But we're gonna take this thing, clean it up, pull it outside, and pressure wash it. That way it's nice and clean for when I get the engine back together. And actually, last time I was trying to get the engine apart, I got it all apart, sent the crank to get new bearings and seals put on, and again the cylinders bored to 40 over with some new pistons and a new cylinder head, so that should be good. Get a good start on that once we get it back and get it going back together. So right now we'll get this pulled outside, get it pressure washed up. the sled back in the garage. I did get this thing pressure washed up. Not gonna lie, it didn't turn out as clean as I wanted to. So clearly that's been gummed up for a while, but I will give this thing a wipe down before we put the engine back in, but it doesn't matter, we're a ways away from that. So since I'm nowhere near getting an engine back in, I'm just gonna put all this crap back into the engine bay, work on some cosmetic stuff. What I want to work on, goal for now, is to get these old heated grips off. These are trash. I got some new ones here I want to put on. Nice kit that I got from Royal with a little controller. So this, I don't know if these are factory or not. They got two switches here, one for heat, or sorry, one for the grip, one for the thumb. And I'll have to figure that out. What sucks is that I don't have the machine running, so I can't see if I got power or if they are working. But I'll get them on and I'll just assume that they work. And still debating, this thing does have a 2-inch bar riser on it. Still debating whether I want to go bigger, because we're going to be doing some ditch banging and stuff, standing up and jumping. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now because I don't have everything on, so I don't know how much length I have for the brake cable and throttle. So we'll just set it up how I want it for now. If I want to change it later, I can. Just found out someone has some shoddy wiring on here. That's what happens when you buy used stuff. Again, I just like to make sure that's all clean because I'm kind of anal about that. So right now I'm going to get the new heated grips on, and then that way I can work on getting these handguards put on and the brake put back on and the bar pad. Get that all cleaned up and finished. So that way that's out of the way. Next time I'll work on the tunnel, get that cleaned up. Still debating whether I want to take the snow flap off, change those bolts. But I just want to get it all cleaned up. So we'll start with the bars, get these ugly grips off, and go from there. Alright you guys, finally got some more time to get it back out in the garage since you last saw. I will show you what I got done. I didn't film because I just came out here and wanted to get some stuff done. So I got my new grips on, and also had heated thumb pad. I got that glued in. I got all my wires ran. I left the 2-inch riser on. Oops, can't see. And I just kind of tilted the bars forward, so it's makes more sense for standing up and riding. What else? I had these Ski-Doo handguards I really wanted to put on, but I just could not make them work. Tried a bunch of different things. There's just no room here, and if you have them on, I've seen a lot of guys have them on, but they're kind of angled up, and I don't want that. So I just said screw it, left them on, or sorry, left them off. Put that all back as is, and I have all my wires. Ran down here. Once I get the engine in and running, then I can figure out my power wires, because they had 2 switches before and someone else was in there and messed around already. So once I get it running, then I can sort that out. I made a little bracket here for the controller, so that's just the heat levels. And yeah, I fixed that wiring mess that was going on there, and then I had this cover off because I put some LED bulbs in, and there was a mouse in here and chewed up some wires, so I got that fixed up, cleaned up, harness zip tied in place. And in the meantime I took vents out, painted them a nice cherry red so that looks much cleaner, definitely more proper. And I managed to get one side of the tunnel polished. I'm not an expert, not a detail guy, but good enough for my standards. So I had this off, this trim piece off, painted that red. It's just sitting on there right now. This is still loose, so oops, I did have the end bar here off, whatever you want to call it. I painted it black. I had it red before, but I felt like it was too much red. I painted it black, but I don't like it black, so I'm going to try and take that off. I am going to take that off, and I'm going to paint it gray. I've got two options here. Either like kind of like a dull gray, or this is like an aluminum, but I want it to match the trailing arms because I'm going to repaint those as well. So I'll probably go with like the aluminum. That kind of looks like an aluminum, so I will do that. So I'm going to get that off, get it sanded down again, and paint it. I still have to do this side yet. Probably not going to show you guys that because it's going to take me a bit. And then I can get the trim pieces riveted back on, this back on, and we'll get this thing back together. I do want to get my seat back on. Excuse me. Seat's there. I want to get that cleaned up and put back on. That way I can start focusing on the engine bay. And we got some goodies there. But I'll save that for next time. So I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright, you guys. So I got this side of the tunnel all cleaned up. Doesn't look too half bad for quick polish, but what else? Oh, I got that trim piece back on. I was gonna rivet them back on, but I got the wrong rivets and I didn't feel like running out and going to buy some when I got some at work, so I'll just wait, put those on. Put on new hood latch here. I just put a bolt through it. They usually have a rivet, but I didn't have the right rivet, so we just went with that, and probably better anyways in case I have to change it again. Got the seat back on, bolted on. Didn't clean up too bad. You can kind of still see the imprints there with the jack seat bracket was, but not much I can do about that. It still looks better than it did. And I am waiting for the back bar to dry on with the aluminum paint. Here, the rust paint. It's a little bit glossier than I wanted, but I already kind of put it on there and it should look pretty good. So I'm waiting for that to dry. Then when I'm done, I'll put that back in. Next time, I'm going to start cleaning up in here and possibly maybe have some stuff in there. I don't know, but anyways, got some stuff done today anyway, guys. Hopefully next time we'll have some more time because I want to get that engine built and I want to get this thing cleaned up. I want to hear this thing run because I got that MBRP can sitting there that I paid big bucks for, and I want to hear that thing. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Can't talk. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Get us up to 1,000 subscribers. I know we haven't been super busy on uploading content on Instagram either, but we're gonna keep trying. We're busy. It is the holidays and we got stuff to do, but we want to stay in the garage working on some stuff, putting out some content. So make sure you hit both those buttons. We'll catch you next time.